Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So yesterday at 5 p.m., the clock finally ran out for Lori, Vallow, and Chad Daybell. They were supposed to produce both of the children by 5 p.m. yesterday to the Rexburg Child Protective Services, or have Child Protective Services do a visit to wherever they are to affirm that the children are okay and that nothing bad has happened to them. They didn't do it. They not only stuck their their noses up to the state of Idaho and Child Protective Services there in Idaho. They flaunted it on Thursday by going out, doing some window shopping, sightseeing in Hawaii, and then later on that evening going out to dinner like they did just about every night that since they've been there. They just didn't care. And strange, unusual behavior, I guess you could say. They didn't want to produce the children and refused to answer any questions for reporters, police, or anyone. They are just basically saying, look, we don't have to, and we're not going to do it. So you can't make us. So now it is up to the Madison County prosecuting attorney's office if they are going to file any charges of contempt of court for violating and not having the children show up for CPS or to the court or police. They could file that charge against them, but that has almost no weight behind it. In Hawaii, they wouldn't go to the arresting scene and just arrest them for contempt of court. They would wait for them to be in a motor vehicle, drive away from the place, and then pull them over for something else, and then arrest them for the contempt of court. Would they extradite them back to Idaho for it? Most likely not. They would keep them incarcerated there in Hawaii until they either produced the children or there was a bond hearing for them to get out. Which would be to extradite them back to Idaho for it would be a complete waste of time because, and money and resources basically for the state of Idaho. So now, Friday morning here, if they leave and they get in a car and they go out to dinner, they're going to be pulled over and they're going to be arrested on the contempt of court charge, most likely. Their home where they are staying is being watched. The police there in Kauai would not say exactly how many officers are watching them, but they are being watched 24 hours around the clock. They can't sneak out the back. They can't sneak out the front. They are in a gated community there, and they are being watched, and there's no escape for them. They know where they are, and that's exactly the way the police want it right now. So, yesterday at 5 o'clock, there was supposed to be a press conference releasing information about if the children had been seen by CPS or that they had been, what the outcome of the order 5 days that expired on Thursday, if they had produced the children or not. Kay and Larry Woodcock, the biological parents of little JJ, the 7-year-old boy who was missing, flew in, and a friend of theirs picked them up from the airport and then brought them to the press conference, which never really actually took place because at 5 o'clock, when they had nothing to report, the DA for Madison County canceled the press conference and basically said, we have no formal statement to say at this time. Now they are going back and they're going to decide what to do next. Are they going to file the contempt of court charges? If they do, they will not be able to file until Friday at the earliest if they can get in front of a judge, which most likely they can, because they could do it in, they could file contempt of court charges. They don't need to do it in actual court itself. They could do it in chambers with just a judge. The child protective order for CPS order that is in place, they will not release the actual reasoning behind why there's a child protective case open. CPS is refusing to admit to either the media that there's a case open or that there's not a case open. They are also refusing any comment on if it is because of confidentiality agreements, and of if it is an ongoing case or if it isn't. So, and they said that if there is a case that it would be open, hypothetically, it would be sealed. It would not be open to the media to be able to go through it and pick it apart. To answer a question that came up a lot in the other video about in the comment section, does Lori Vallow have any actual followers? Now, I can't, and I said in that video, and I tried to make it as clear as possible, was I don't know if she has any actual real followers or not. There are obviously people who are helping them. Someone bought their plane tickets for them, and and they flew to Hawaii. Somebody else made that purchase of the ticket, so the police are going to be looking for that person. There could be charges against that person for hindering, their escape, into Hawaii. There could be charges for whoever rented the car for them to use while they're in Hawaii, because the car is not rented in their name. But there is some chatter on the internet that Lori Vallow may have as many as 15 followers. Not a huge following. We're not talking like mega church, like following, but she may have 15 followers. That would put her in alignment, like followers of the Heaven's Gate cult, or if you want to call them a cult. Now, I must make it absolutely clear to you, I do not know if all 15 of those people who are on the internet talking, if they are actual real followers, or if Lori even knows any of these people. I cannot make a confirmation on association either way. But these people are praying for her, asking for people to forgive them, and to understand their circumstances, and they speak as if they know her. But I cannot make a direct association saying that these 15 people actually really do know her. It is a private closed group on Facebook, and they do have a website, but that website is now just shows the picture of Christ on the cross, and all the comments have been deleted, and a notice at the top now says on that web page that they will be back after reformatting and updating information. And that was as of Tuesday of this past week. One last rumor to talk about was a spotting of two children who matched the two children, JJ and his sister T, if you go by her nickname, that was in Idaho, near Pocatello is how you pronounce the name of the city, Pocatello, Idaho. And there was a sighting of two children at a supermarket there, who closely, and if you put them side by side to JJ and T, the daughter was about the same height, a little bit different color hair, but the boy looked pretty spot on for JJ. But that sighting has been since confirmed to not be them. The parents of both of those children were inside of the supermarket there shopping, and they do have a loving home, and they are not the two children that people are looking for. And you too can follow the tips. There are several pages. If you put the children's name in on Facebook and other social media, you will see that there's even a Reddit subreddit of this entire case going on, where people are sharing tips, and there are people who are updating each other on breaking news. This will probably be the last video that I do on this until something else major transpires, like Lori and Chad being arrested or something. And that could come as soon as today. But I don't know. If even if they arrest him on the contempt of court, that's not going to keep them in jail very long. And then if something like this is really the trigger, the catalyst for her in her doomsday prophecies that she really believes in, arresting her and putting her in jail would only intensify and speed up what she believes to be the end of the world coming. It would just cement it in her mind even more. And I'm sure that the district attorney and the police are well aware of what is going on with her and what she believes in. And I don't know if they really want to act on that right away. So we'll see what happens today. Thanks for watching.